Hey, Urza. We're live. We're officially live. We're live. Catherine dropped. Awesome. Here she is. There she is. Hey,
I'm
Catherine.
here.
Hey, Catherine.
How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I missed all the people. Hey, V1. Hey, Urza. Oh, shout out to Urza, who did an amazing. Oh, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Okay. Duh. Here we go. Now you can hear me. Oh, gosh. It's just like I take a break from it and I forget how to do everything. Can you hear me now?
Well,
Yes, you can hear me.
uh, uh, I can definitely hear you over here too. And
Okay, cool.
you've been busy on your break. I've been busy trying to catch up on things I ignored while watching lots of gymnastics. Um,
Yeah.
so we just wanted to do a little touch up on where everything is and what's coming ahead.
Yes, and all the
So this is
streams
not
and
going
what
to be a
we do.
super long,
No, just a
not
short
going to
one.
be a
Just a
super
quick
long
one.
show.
Just a quick one. Just a
So
quick one. Because I missed y'all. I missed y'all.
the biggest news since we last met, or is so the French Federation president had to talk, had to testify before the French Parliament investigation committee. I haven't heard anything about what he said, but apparently he's still telling people that Newmar is injured and being abused, and her mother is very pissed about this.
Oh, Stephanie Nemore
Um,
is pissed.
and the French investigative reporter who's been blowing a lot of this stuff up says, so this is just based on what he says, so we don't have an official report, that the investigations into the two gyms that he's accused of abuse have yielded nothing.
And that's just terrible.
So that,
It's
France is
giving
on fire.
Utah.
It's still on fire. It's very on fire. Things are going to be on fire for a long time.
So why are we holding the Olympics there again?
Because it's hard to find people who want to host the Olympics who are not horrible dictatorships.
Period. Period.
Um, so that's really a touch base of France is still on fire. They've been on fire for a long time. And
Yeah.
as usually when we talk about France, I want to point out the Gymnastics Federation isn't the only ones on fire. Their entire sports community has been lighting themselves on fire for a while. The French Olympic Committee was not the French Olympic Committee. The local organizing committee for the Paris Olympic Games was raided by the police looking for corruption evidence again for the second time. And here's a weird non-gymnastics thing for you.
Okay.
So I never last today.
One more time. Oh, she just dropped. Okay, hold on.
Am I back?
Oh, but now you're back.
Am I back? Okay.
Yes.
You remember last week when I said that today I learned the Paris Olympic surfing venue is in Tahiti?
Yeah.
So do you know why I learned that?
How'd you learn that?
There are local protests against something they're building there for the Olympics.
Oh. Okay.
Apparently they're building a tower for the judges, and locals do not like that. That's how I found out.
Oh my gosh. It's just a mess.
Anyway, I'm still amused by the idea that they're holding an Olympic venue literally on the other side of the planet.
And V1 makes a good point. The bed bugs.
Well, yeah, that too. And I believe there are more French unions threatening to strike during the Olympics. It might be trash collectors again. I mean, it will be exciting.
Exciting is an interesting word to pick.
What I want to keep pointing out is that all of these kinds of unprepared stories were written about Brazil before Rio.
That's very true.
And we're not seeing them written about France, and France is clearly just as on fire as Rio was. I mean, Rio was unprepared, but France is not showing any more preparedness, and they're also bidding for a Winter Olympics too.
France. To our French fans, what's going on? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
So anyway, so that's one set of weird Federation stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the other weird Federation thing. So
the Belgium's right.
Yeah, here's the mystery about Belgium. So the head coaches of the Belgian women's team were fired, and it's not clear why. So the timing right after Worlds, and there's some suggestion it has to do with a quote disappointing Worlds, but we all know they had lots of injuries, so was that really disappointing? There's sort of rumor these are the same coaches that were accused of abuse before. These coaches, for context, were Emily Le Penec's coaches, the French Olympic champion on uneven bars.
She of the deaf.
And she of the deaf. And they're the longtime coaches of Nina Durwal, who has defended them viciously and in ways that reveal her character. And there's also a rumor that it might be abuse related, that they're being let go, but of course there have been abuse allegations against them for years. Mm-hmm. So is there a new one? And I want to give you my
And I love this theory because it makes so much sense, y'all.
Okay. So you, Adex, I am making you the Belgian Gymnastics Federation. Your star gymnast, the best Belgian gymnast ever, has injured herself in a way that she can't go to the Paris Olympics.
Trash.
And you don't know if she's ever going to compete again.
Yeah.
Because
I just don't know.
Nina been like the last year and a half?
Yeah, not great. And I mean, could be
Do you
this
remember?
code.
Yeah. How is she not great?
Because we're half turning to Kachev.
And so she's not like delivering gold medals for you.
She's not. Not even one.
And she's not going to Paris.
Not going to Paris.
And so you've got these coaches
who are
trash and who maybe you've wanted to get rid of for a while, but Nina has really liked them. What do you want to do?
I just, Nina, you have no voice. Your powers are no good here, Nina. Your powers are no good here. I fire them.
Yes, this is my theory. That Nina is, because Nina can't say needs them to prepare for the Olympics.
No plane ticket for Nina.
They're taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash, the basura, if you will.
I even wonder if the Belgian Gymnastics Federation thinks she's ever coming back.
Well, I mean, they like you said earlier in our clandestine conversation, like they don't know they know the prognosis. We don't.
Yeah. So what we do know is that her surgery recovery time said that she could do gymnastics a month before Paris. And there's no way for her to get to Paris, by the way. There are no avenues.
No universality spot, no like hometown advantage, nothing. There's
no
fucking way.
nominative spot, and she will not be ready to do gymnastics before the last European qualifier. So,
is there a way to petition? No, right?
No. They're like the FIG just the basic thing is that the IOC tells FIG how many athletes they get, and they don't get to negotiate that. These are your numbers. And one of the, so if we're done with the Belgians, I'll tell you something I haven't told you before and I haven't really talked about before on my Twitter.
Oh, I love this juiciness. Please tell me, please.
LA entered a bunch of new team sports, which means that
flag football and shit like that, right?
flag football, lacrosse, and actually I want to talk about lacrosse for a second because that's
Lacrosse
interesting.
water? No, lacrosse.
Um, Flag football, lacrosse, cricket, like a bunch of like almost everything that LA, baseball, softball, like almost everything LA has put into the Olympics is a team sport, and the Olympics likes to limit itself to around 10,000 athletes.
Yep.
And they're going to exceed 10,000 athletes, so they're going to be quota cut somewhere. And I would not be surprised if we see more quota cuts in gymnastics because they got to come from somewhere.
Urza said, but she is reigning Olympic champion on an event, so that should count, but it doesn't.
Nope, nope, not a. That's not
the
part.
FIG said none.
That this is a what have you done for us lately? Everyone has to qualify.
Not Janet Jackson.
Hey, if Jade Carey doesn't make the U.S. Olympic team, what have you done for us lately?
Oh, let's talk Jade Carey, can we?
Can I just take one more second on lacrosse before we move on?
Yeah, go for it.
So here is the interesting thing about lacrosse is that one of the best teams in international lacrosse is, I cannot say the proper name of this team. It's the Iroquois Confederacy team.
Oh, okay.
It has a very long name that is its name in one of the original tribal languages. But the Iroquois Confederacy is not an IOC recognized entity. Mm-hmm. And this has come up before at the World Games, right, where they weren't invited to the World Games initially because they were not an internationally recognized nation. And the Irish gave up their spot so that they could compete. This is an old, during the Irish potato famine, the Choctaw Indians of Oklahoma sent money for famine relief in Ireland, and there has been very close ties of friendship and charity between Ireland and Native American tribes ever since. So this was part of this ongoing friendship between Ireland and Native Americans.
That's fascinating.
Like, some of the poorest people in the world sent money to Ireland during the potato famine because they had just experienced the Trail of Tears themselves and a genocidal attempt by a colonizer, and they recognized what was going on in Ireland during the potato famine as the same thing. So the Irish have not forgotten. In fact, even though it was specifically the Choctaw that did it, the Irish have basically embraced all Native American tribes when they can.
As they should. As they should.
So that's the story of the World Games, and International Lacrosse and the LA Local Organizing Committee have expressed the opinion that they want the IOC to find some way to allow this team to play. And I should say, this team has played in the Olympics before. Oh. They played in, lacrosse was an Olympic sport in like the early 20th century, and it was a demonstration sport in a tournament held right before the 1984 Olympics.
So it's been recent.
Yeah, so at least as recently as the 1980s, they have played in not the Olympics, but like an Olympic recognized
thing like that.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on the IOC to
reinstitute that
let the Native Americans play the sport they invented.
It is their sport, isn't it?
That's why this is a big deal. So anyway,
that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool.
So that's something I want people to keep track of, even though it's a ball sport and not your normal interest. This is
gymnastics is also a ball sport.
Technically, yes, it is a ball sport.
It is a ball sport. Thank you, Rhythmic.
But also, this is a podcast and show that supports
all sports.
Well, I was going to say non-white disadvantaged people, and I can't think of more disadvantaged people than Native Americans and Native.
Absolutely.
people.
Ashton Locklear, Native American Queen.
Yes, and if you'll let me, I know we said this was going to be short, but I also want to point something out about Locklear. So she's from a tribe that is recognized by the state of North Carolina and became federally recognized under the Trump administration. But do you know why they weren't recognized before?
No.
By the federals? So, historically, the U.S. federal government has recognized Native American tribes who mixed with whites. Do you know who the Lumbee mixed with? Think about North Carolina.
The Quakers.
Yeah.
I got it right? The Quakers?
No.
Oh.
No, you did not get it right. You can guess seriously, though. Traditionally, federal recognition has not fallen upon Native American tribes that mix with blacks.
Slaves.
Yeah. So the Lumbee were traditionally ignored because they were a tribe that mixed with slaves.
Wow.
And that's the tribe that Ashton Locklear comes from.
That's a Lumbee tribe, yeah. Yeah. That's insane.
So anyway, Jade Carey.
Mm-hmm. Jade Carey going to Swiss Cup with Yul Moldauer. Now I consider Jade Carey friend of the show.
Interesting. Swiss Carey is a really Swiss Carey.
Swiss Carey. we're rusty. We were rusty today. Donatella's just mad that Jade beat Vanessa, so she's trying to code Jade out of making a floor final. Well,
the like linear time doesn't work that way because the code was written before the floor final.
And Donatella is, let me tell you, she is my love. I loved seeing her in Pan Am at Santiago. Oh, I just love her so much. Although I will tell you, her voice is, I can't. I'm at the point where like I've reached my limit. So like I have to like I've
listened to her too much.
I'm making my way through the artistry video, and I know I thought we're gonna get it done this week, but listen, I've reached my limit on Donatella, so I'm having to tread carefully with it because I'm willing to just like eliminate the last portion of it, and that's the most important portion of the video. So I'm just like I'm navigating slowly through the video, so I'm sorry for that. That's on me.
So Swiss Cup is on the 5th, and
next week.
Yes, in fact. Why don't we actually go through all of the gymnastics that's coming up?
Yes.
Because
I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm hungry, but it's okay. We can do this. I'm here for this.
So the list is going to be fast. So on November 1st, Arthur Gander Memorial is that weird Swiss meet that is like 3 events, but it's an all-around of 3 events, and Yul Moldauer is there. It has a lot of money. These are not important for anything gymnastically. They're important because they give out a lot of money.
A lot of money. A lot of money.
Like the Swiss Cup's prize purse is 20,000 Swiss francs, which I checked today's exchange rate is $22,000.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This is why people go to the Swiss Cup.
Wow, that's a lot of money, Jade.
And that's why Yul gets sent there, because Yul can use all the money and the NCAA guys can't.
That's very true. I didn't even think about that.
So,
yeah, because of NIL and all that.
So, yeah. So,
which, I mean, you would think that like they could because of NIL, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's complicated, and we don't have time for that. So also starting November 1st is Rhythmic Pan Ams, and I know our audience isn't huge on Rhythmic, but that's an Olympic qualifier. There's going to be a group out of that and another individual. And the big thing to watch there is the battle between the American group, the Mexican group, and the Brazilian group. And they're relatively evenly matched, although the Brazilians are who I would put my money on.
I would too, honestly.
The Americans are just very. So Tramp Pan Ams starts November 3rd, and that is also an Olympic qualifier.
Oh no! Hold on! No, this is playing. Okay, hold on. I messed that entire thing up. I was trying to put the Arthur Grander contestants. It's a mess. So I'm just not gonna deal with that. Yes. So on the qualifier, we should be watching that. I'm not gonna stream it because I did a poll.
No one wants. No one's interested in Tramp. But if you want to watch Tramp, that's an Olympic qualifier.
If the U.S. Rhythmic team doesn't qualify here, are they not going to make it at all?
They're not. The bulk of like artistic, the bulk of the Olympic qualifiers were decided at Rhythmic Worlds.
Ooh, and the U.S. did
so
not
this
do well
is
there.
This is the last chance for anybody in the Americas.
What is the problem with the U.S. Rhythmic team? Are they're just not good?
They're just not good.
They're okay.
I mean, it's not a popular sport here.
Which actually, when I was coaching at the LA School of Gymnastics, they had a huge rhythmic program there, but they're just not good.
It's not a popular sport. We don't attract a lot of people. Like this summer, I tried to get people, like USAG streamed all of the championships. Basically, USAG has an elite championships for everybody but artistic.
Yeah.
And I tried to get people to watch Tramp Tumbling and Rhythmic US Champs since it was free, and no one
cared.
Crickets. So anyway, it was cricket. So Swiss Cup on the 5th, and then there are a couple more things there. On the 11th is the 4th Women's Bundesliga meet, which
that's a good one.
You kind of have to wanna watch Bundesliga. Because there's gonna be a couple of cool elites that you recognize, and a bunch of German juniors you don't.
The babies.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you really quick? I know this is off topic, but the excerpt you sent me today, oh my god, I was on my ass laughing. It was just.
I'm glad you liked it.
It's so good. She's such a good writer. My god, such a good writer. Such a good word. You guys will read it eventually, but it's just I don't even know what this red mark is. I have no idea. But it's you guys will eventually find out about it. It's such a good. My God, I feel privileged, honestly.
So my mother is calling.
Your mother is calling. I heard it. Go ahead, answer. Yeah. So while Catherine's gone, I did want to give you guys a brief little so we have sponsors for Adex at Night. I'm very excited to announce them. They are Culture, grooming line, of course. We also have a brokerage out of Midland, Texas, who is also sponsoring the show. And we have the Real Youth Foundation, or the Real Foundation now. And so they will be the sponsors for Adex at Night. We'll be recording that next week. It'll be a live recording. So I know, it's so exciting. So you guys will be... There's Catherine.
I gotta take the call from my mother. So anyway, TNT Worlds. So Tumbling and Tramp Worlds are on the 9th. This is going to be on the All Gymnastics site. You probably will need a VPN, but go watch that. I know you don't want to watch Tramp at Pan Am's, but go watch Tumbling Worlds because.
Great talent.
Double mini trampoline should be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
You will love double mini trampoline if you've never seen it before.
It's insane.
The Northern European Championships, which is the individual British countries plus Scandinavia.
Oh.
Is on the 25th and 26th of this month, and it's being hosted in Sweden, and apparently the Swedish Fed is saying they're going to stream it. And I've never seen this meet in any form.
And
I've just seen scores from it.
Yeah, we're always interested in that meet, but we never get to watch it.
Yeah, so there's a chance we get to watch it this year. Cool. And then the last thing that I know of this year is the Women's Bundesliga final, which is on the 2nd of December.
That's a good one.
So,
So explain to people why we're so excited about Swiss Cup.
okay. So again, Swiss Cup, lots of money.
Lots of money.
And this is a weird format meet. So it's mixed pairs, and the first 2 rounds, you get to pick any 2 events you want to do. So the MAG gets to pick in 2 of every of their 6 events. The WAG gets to pick 2 of their 4 events, and it's whatever that individual person's best events are.
So we're projecting that Jade will do vault and floor.
Yeah, Jade should do vault and floor in the. One second.
Is floor good?
Well, 1 second. Let me explain that though. So anyway, you do 2 events in the first round. That's the whole field, and then they cut it down to anybody who did not do. So there's a cut into a bracket of semifinals. And in the semifinals, you do a 3rd event that is not one of the first 2 you did. So Jade might not want to do floor and vault in the first 2 rounds because her elimination bracket would make her do beam or bars.
So she'll do beam and vault.
Yeah, she probably wants to do beam and vault and then floor in the semifinals. And then in the finals, the top 2 teams from the semifinals, they go again, but things reset. So they can repeat an event they did before. So Jade could do floor again, or she could do vault again. So you only have to do 3 events total. Your best 3 events.
How much money is a lot of money? $20,000, $22,000.
This is the biggest purse in gymnastics.
Which essentially for Jade is just covering her travel costs, right?
It's travel costs. It can pay some of her external expenses for training.
Now, the thing is, Jade might not win because of the field.
Yeah, so let's talk about the field.
Yeah.
So, but I want everyone to think about the fact that this is not an all-around.
It's not all around, no.
So if you hear a name, just imagine they don't have to do their worst event. And the men don't have to do half of the events.
Lucky man.
So the men, you have to think about these people that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the countries. The Swiss get 2 teams. We don't know who is partnered with who. So I will give you them as a block because none of us know anything about them. Mm-hmm. Stephanie Siegenthaler, Amy Wu. That's the one that looks like Kyler Ross.
Okay.
Christian Baumann, Florian Lagenagger. He's a good gymnast, but they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
United States, Jade Carey, Neil Muldauer. So that's a strong team. You say?
That's a good team.
France is Melanie and Jim Zuna. Melanie gets to drop an event.
Which is bars.
I'm not sure that Jade wins if Melanie gets to drop one of her worst events.
Yeah, no. What events do you think Yul will do?
Well, P-Bars is where he got into the world finals.
Yeah. So he'll probably do...
Floor maybe, because he's clean there. What's his 3rd event?
Vault, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Traditionally in mixed pairs these days, everyone does vault because it's the highest scoring individual event. So we should see a lot of vault.
A lot of vault, yeah.
From both men and women. So what event do you think Melanie drops?
Bars.
It's her most inconsistent event.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
beam is dicey in this event because it's so low scoring.
But
So
Melanie,
you
at her
might want to,
best, she can do a 14.
yeah. So that's something to think about. Is even if you're good at beam, you might not want to do beam.
What category meet is this though?
It's a fourth. It's
Oh,
like
so this is gonna be like
this is a clown
monkey.
meet.
This is a
This is a
clown meet.
clown meet with a lot of money.
Why would they do it that way? That makes no sense. Well, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. This is for the
Because I
spectators.
mean, this is a fun meet that they have fun with.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they mixed pairs used to be a very popular format.
I know. I wish they put in the Olympics, but who knows? Well, they could
I
have a
mean,
good chance.
yeah, I think it could. It's a mixed event. The IOC loves mixed events. You don't have to add any more athletes to it. You can just have the people who are already qualified in the other events do it. I mean, I think it actually has a pretty good shot. So the U.S. used to be super into mixed pairs in the 80s and 90s. There were big European mixed events with rhythmic included that were in the early 2000s. So like this is just, it's an event that is 40 years old, and when it was
the
founded,
prestige of that.
This was the like format that was very popular 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just survived.
I mean, I like it. I like it. So let's talk about the rest of the field. So keep going.
Yeah. So Turkey, Yildiz and Adam Asil.
That's a good team.
Yeah, she's a little weaker than him, obviously, but like you don't want to turn down him.
You don't.
So here's one of the other threats besides Melanie. Italy, Esposito and Aberdini.
That's a good team.
She had a really great Worlds.
And she's just fantastic. I mean, her lines, her attention to detail, her bar routine. I mean, she's a great gymnast.
So I like, if I was going to put money on threats to Jade, I'd say France and Italy.
Yeah.
But here's where I want you to think about events and 3 event people. Germany, Pauline Schaefer and Lucas Dowser.
And that's a good team. Oh, that's a good team.
Schaefer doesn't have to do floor. Yeah. She's got a good vault. She's got a good bar set. We know her beam.
And she's beam world champion.
And like Dowser is parallel bars world champion. I don't know what his other 2 events would be. Do you?
High bar and pommel.
Okay.
So, man, that's gonna be a good team, y'all. Meet y'all.
They might surprise people who aren't thinking about the format.
Yeah.
Austria is Frezak and Mativa or Mativ. And I don't think they're going to do anything, but they're neighbors, so they're going to show up.
Yeah.
And here's the last threatening team: Hadakeda and Kazuma Kaya.
Oh, that's a good team too. I'm excited for this meet, y'all. I have no idea. Like, this is the last of the like, I guess, poignant elite meets, and I'm really into this one.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Jade Carey needs to get people, like, she shouldn't throw full difficulty here because it's a clown meet, but she's got to get people talking differently about her than they've been talking about her.
Yeah, this is her last chance, honestly. Like, until what? Winter Cup?
Until probably U.S. Classics, and she's doing NCAA.
Oh, you're right. Well, NCAA might help her, honestly, I think. She says she's not doing all around this year.
Yeah, but I mean, she did good in NCAA this year too.
True. She was okay, can we just talk about that for 2 seconds? Because how is Jade Carey the best gymnast in the country? Almost every week.
Because you reduce bars and beam difficulty.
And honestly, like, I think
she's a really good level 10 gymnast on bars and beam.
I thought she was playing on the playground.
But like, if NCAA is
A
the playground of the level 10 gymnast, and she's half an elite gymnast and half a level 10 gymnast.
Yeah. She's a level 11 gymnast. I mean, if you really want to talk about it. She says, I don't know.
So.
Arikara said she seems exhausted this year. Not sure if doing this every year is really a good idea. I feel the way about Leanne Wong, honestly.
Well, let's talk about that after this. But I want,
Yes.
Of these teams, who does your chat think are the biggest threats to Carrie and Moldauer?
I have Takeda and Kazuma, honestly. If my money is if I'm a betting man, if you will, I'm going Kazuma Kaya and Takeda. Absolutely. Arikara is the most excited about Germany.
I'm curious. I'm normally the biggest German stan, but I don't know how that mix of format is going to work with those two, because those are two hyper specialists.
They are.
But they could.
You see Pauline Schaefer Betts' photo shoot, by the way? Oh my God, gorgeous.
She takes a lot of. She is the influencer that Nastya wants to be.
Oh my God, that she wishes she were. My God,
the amount of really cool photo shoots that Schaefer takes, and her hair is very, very long.
It is.
There are some I repost a lot of the German team's stuff on my Twitter, and there's some stuff from Schaefer that I don't post because I'm kind of worried that people would think it's not pornographic. Prurient. She did this summer. She did a handstand on a boat in a bikini.
Oh, love that for her. Honestly, if you know me, you know that my dream is to be topless on a yacht in I don't know, Santorini or somewhere. Just topless on a yacht, please.
I don't even want to think about what doing a handstand on a boat is like.
Not fun. I mean, with all the rocking and whatnot, my God. I'm sure that the handstand was for 2 seconds.
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't?
It was a video. I'll have to find it for you.
Yeah, we'll watch it later. My gosh.
So I'm excited about Italy. Italy and Japan, I think, are the biggest threats. Melanie, just her consistency
is worrisome. Yeah. It's
But
worrisome.
what was it? Oh, can we talk about DiCello?
Yes, we can always talk about Kelly DiCello. Kelly Hill, I'm sending her a carton of cigarettes. She's earned them. She's absolutely earned them.
What the hell happened there? Besides that she needed more time.
She showed up and showed out. Rightfully so. And the thing is, Kelly Hill, a co-clinician, let me tell you. Because all the deductions that we were talking about, artistry. And Kayla DiCello and Kalia Lincoln completely listened. I mean,
I mean, it.
And you know what? We've been literally waxing poetic about this artistry deduction. And what did Kayla DiCello do? And what did Kalia Lincoln do? They completely minimized their artistry deductions, almost completely. In comparison to Jordan Childs.
Relative. I bet you if we saw the form book, they'd still probably be getting a bunch. The Schaefer handstand is in your.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
And so there's a still, and then there's a video.
Okay, let me go look at that. But yeah, no, Kayla DiCello showed up and showed out, and you know what? I'm not mad at her. People want me to be mad at her.
I think that she is higher on my potential Olympic list than Leanne Wong.
Especially after Leanne Wong had the Splatfest at Worlds. It wasn't a Splatfest. She just
they're relatively the same gymnast.
They are, and the more you said that, the more I kind of have to just agree, because there's no other. I mean, who else are gonna really put in that sort of? Oh, there she is. Yeah, Schaefer Betts, what are you doing? That's incredible. Incredible. Ooh,
Yeah. So I
that's
mean,
me.
it's a loop video, but that's still not a like short amount of time to be doing a handstand
Handstanding?
on a boat.
Not at
But
all.
anyway, so yeah, her social media is a bunch of model shoots. If you wanted to see Schaefer's like gymnastics, it's always in her Instagram stories, not her Instagram, like her regular Instagram.
Yeah.
She posts a lot of training videos, a lot. I've seen more training videos of her on various events than I ever thought I would ever see.
And honestly, I like that because it kind of okay. So let's see. Our Carla said Kyla is higher on my list than Jordan. Jordan is my all-time favorite gymnast. Jordan did herself no
Jordan,
favors. No favors here. Sure, she's vault like sub champion, but still,
and that interview.
she's just tired. And you know what? Shout out to Gina. Shout out to Gina for replying to me and saying like, you know what? She's hurt. But her ankles are sore, but she's fine. So shout out to Gina.
Yeah,
Gina, friend to the show.
both Jordan and Jade have time to fix things.
Yeah. If I were a betting man, though, I kind of put my money on Jade. Why?
I put it on Jordan because Jade is doing NCAA.
Yeah, and Jordan isn't. Jordan has this whole year to just chill out and just like. Matter of fact, I think
That
Jordan could
and-
take the last part of the year and just kind of chill out.
Well, she's got to heal from whatever she had in Pan Am's. But let me give you a like controversial take.
Okay.
Jade Carey has been declining since Tokyo.
Yeah. That's not a controversial take. I don't think that's a pretty.
No, I think people just don't want to accept that. They've been like, Jade Carey is big on pacing, and she was a world medalist last year, but if Jordan can do it, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's that. Honestly, Jade would have to come here with the Biles, honestly, and it stuck.
Or the Aminar back, but she hasn't done the Aminar since Tokyo.
And the Aminar is just not worth it unless you're sticking it like she did at Olympic trials.
I mean, this is the problem of
the code.
We're all celebrating gymnasts getting older, but
sometimes gymnasts don't age gracefully. Even if they took forever to do elite level skills, it's like sometimes the time runs out.
Especially if you've been getting by in your difficulty.
And in this code, difficulty does not matter. Donatella has made that like clear. It's like, I don't care if you're throwing like whatever triple backs, just do it perfectly.
So do you have an opinion on Kyle Schufelt?
I think he's right, but I don't think he's right.
I think he's wrong.
Yeah, it's a weird dichotomy because I understand where he's coming from. At this point, we should have seen a 10 execution, but
no, we shouldn't have.
I don't think so either because no one's really done something worthy of a 10 execution. No one.
So let me present
Rebecca.
you like my position is.
My eyes twitching. Go for it.
So he used Zhou, the Chinese parallel bars god.
Zokai?
Yeah, as his example, but no one is going to appreciate that man more if they give them a 10. What they're going to do is that some racist is going to see that 10 and they'll find whatever tiny execution thing that the judges excused to give that 10 to diminish.
And the thing is, a 10.
I mean, think about.
It's not NCAA. Like 10 is it should be unobtainable because it's perfection. Oh, hello, because it's perfection. It's perfection. And
Like if someone does something that generally has no visible errors, they should get a 10. But my contention is that if you give an athlete a 10 for a routine that people can see errors in, it just invites people to pick at that routine that they should be proud of because it's a great routine.
Like Rebecca Andrade, even she said, like, I was piking down at the end. Like, if she can tell you that there was errors in that, it's not a 10. even though it was a gorgeous vault. My God, one of the best vaults we've ever seen in the history of gymnastics. It just wasn't perfect. Even if the gymnast can be like, it wasn't perfect, then it wasn't perfect.
And like one of the things I saw one of the mag parts of Twitter talk about is going back to the Zhao example. Like his Makut's has errors in it. So if you forgive him his Makut's with errors, what do you do when Lucas Dowser does a Makut's without those errors?
You can't go in 11.
So like, and like if you're excusing that one thing to get a 10, what do you do with Dowser, who might have a different error that you're not giving a 10 to?
Same thing with Michaela Maroney's ball. That wasn't a 10 because she didn't stick it. It was a college stick.
And like, think about almost any 10 that you in the history of elite gymnastics, people can tell you why it shouldn't have been a 10.
Yeah. Nitko said, I really love the concept, though ultimately they're chasing after their own idea of perfection, so they'll never get there, but they drive it internal. Exactly.
So the one thing I really did want to ask you is, what did you think about the people responding to him with pictures of like bits of routines with their own falls and quoting him?
The Gymternet gonna Gymternet. Like they're trolls, and I've learned my piece with that. It's just that they're always gonna get you where it hurts.
So anyway, I want all the 10.0 era gymnasts to ride off into the sunset so we can stop having this debate. The open code turned senior this year. Let her live.
It did turn senior this year. It did. Yeah, she's old enough.
Anyway, so I think that's all we had to talk about.
That is. And again, Catherine, as always, it's a privilege to have you with me. We will be back I'll be back on Tuesday for our Halloween Spooktacular. And Catherine, I'm sure it has some videos of scary gymnastics that she's going to compile.
Define scary.
Svetlana Korkina?
I can get you scary Korkina. Anyway.
That, and I definitely want the elevating podiums. My God, it's my favorite thing ever.
Okay. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much, Catherine. I love you so much. So yeah, y'all, that pretty much does it for us tonight. Just a little quick little show. So yeah, we have sponsors products at night. I'm going to be doing a live recording of that, so you guys can see like all the behind the scenes stuff that happens when I'm actually recording. And I don't think the Gym Trainer has ever seen something like that before. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be next week. But it'll be green screen. It'll be, thanks for the follow. Actually, no. Got subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sub. But that's pretty much it for us. I'm going to go eat because I'm hungry. And I will see you guys later. On Tuesday will be our Spooktacular. And then the graphics are really cute, by the way. The graphics are so cute for that. And then I think next weekend, we're going to be doing the live filming of Adex at Night. And that's going to be all about misinformation. There's going to be some really funny moments in that. I hope you guys laugh about it. We're going to be doing the Sean Johnson and Nasty Lukin Folie à Deux. And it's like a shared delusion. And we're going to be talking about misinformation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, misinformation. So, yeah. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. And if no one told this today, you're awesome. You matter. And I love you. Bye. And then go here on WeStream. Bye, y'all.